Hi everyone, welcome back to Bobini Creates. I'm Jeannie, and I was looking through my Romantic Country, The Second Tale by Erie, and I discovered that I really completed quite a lot of pages in here, and I thought it might be fun to share with you. I think we all kind of enjoy looking at completed pages. So pretty much I've either used Prisma, Color Premiere pencils, or for most of it, or the occasional gel pen or occasional marker or water media. So let's get started. So first up this is one of my favorite double page spreads. And what I did with this is these are all pencil, and I would take this book camping. This is another one that I took camping with us, and I would just work on little bits at a time throughout each camping trip. So I sort of didn't really work on it at home. I just worked on it when we were camping and completed this, and I really love the way it turned out. Very colorful, you know. Okay, this one wasn't my favorite illustration at all, so I completed it, but I don't love it. I used gel pens for the lettering and the little moons. Other than that, just the pencil work. All right, and this one we've used pencil and we've used the chalk pastel for the backgrounds on that. And then exclusively pencil on this. And then on this one, it's pencil and it's watercolor pencil. Oops, I don't know what I did there. Okay, this one I used, it looks like some marker and pencil. And I think it turned out all right. Nice and colorful, which works for me. Let's see. Okay, this one, I had a good time working on this. Looking back at it now, even though it wasn't that long ago that I worked on it, I can see where it would benefit from some deeper shading and whatnot. I think making a little more contrast to it would bump it up a lot, but at the time I thought, yeah, this is all right. And I was probably a little over it after all the little stonework and the double page. So, all right, this is an oldie, but very sweet. I love these little characters. And I put a little bit of stickle on there, which I think is just a sweet little look. Very, very fun page to do. And I tried to make them like little scoundrels, like they have sort of little, oh, I don't know, like dirty faces and whatnot. They're just impish and getting into trouble. Okay. And I always think it's cool when I make a little note, like this was Easter of this year. I always think, oh, like I had no idea that I was working on this on Easter, but I love looking back on that, just a little occasional note. I should probably do that more because I enjoy it so much. So this was all pencil. All right, this one was marker and pencil, and it turned out fine, but let me just show you what I didn't know at this early stage is that markers are tricky business on this paper. You can see where it bled through. So I'll have to see what I can do to fix this. And this book definitely, it's interesting that the pages are, I think you probably, most of you have worked in her books. They're thick enough pages, but you have to be a little mindful of things going through. It's very interesting how easy that happens. So that was my first experience of like, uh-oh. And then my second experience, or maybe, oh, excuse me, I guess this was my first experience. 2018, I had used marker on the little window frames, and I'll show you kind of the next page what I had to do to kind of correct the bleed through. So all of this is acrylic paint, and the leaves as well that I use just to sort of get rid of the background. To be honest, I don't even remember what the background was, but I think it worked out. All right. Oh, here's the next page where those little window sills or window frames bled through so bad. So this page is exclusively, here, let me move it here where the lighting's a little better, is exclusively acrylic paint. It just needed a lot of work, but in the end, I really like the way it turned out. It's one of my favorites. So, and I think you may remember this page had a garden gate in it, and obviously I got rid of that and just kind of created my own scene here, which in the end I was super glad that I went that direction. All right. And then of course just pencil on this. Another just super simple page. And some of them, I mean, I'm not a big background person anyway, so a lot of those, I kept it simple. It just depends. I like this Easter picture. And I believe this was all pencil, except for I want to think the background was watercolor. It might have been the Koi watercolors. I don't really remember. But I like how colorful this one turned out. Okay, and this one was, I used a little bit of marker on here, and they were just a little too bright, so I had to kind of go over that with pencil and try to lighten it up a notch. But overall, I like the look of it, I think. And then this one was pretty much all, the background was all acrylic paint, and then everything else was my Prismas. And this is another one that I really like. It's interesting that I like the acrylic ones. I should probably do that more, I guess. All right. Another just sort of sweet one with my chalk pastel background and just pencil. And I'll show you. You can see a little bit of shimmer. I hope you can see it anyway in the vine there and her hat. Just a little, and a couple of the flowers. Just very simple, which I tend to like that better for the stickle. It's just like less is more in, well, I say that, but in some of these pages anyway. Okay, I enjoyed both of these pages. And they're detailed and fun and yeah, just a good old time. And I like how bright they are. This one, on the little detail work here, I use gel pens, but other than that, it's pencil. And I wish I had a library like that. Actually, I wish I had flowers and a little cottage like that too. These books can just sort of carry you away. And then this double page spread is all pencil, I believe, looking at it. It's bright. It's got, yeah, I don't know. Still, like the red and the pink, it's odd combination maybe, but overall, I think it kind of works. And another simple page with just pencil and a little bit of shimmer here. I'm not sure what that was, on some of the goldish areas. The glasses, some maybe metallic something, gel pen perhaps. This is a cute little scene. So I did a watercolor background, it looks like, and maybe yeah, I think more than that, you can kind of see the bleed through of, yeah, it looks like that was probably a watercolor of some sort. And my chalk pastel background, but other than that, my pencil work. Okay, this one was another one where I used some really bright gel pens and had to try to go back and take it back, knock it back a notch or two. So it wasn't quite so bright, but wasn't my favorite page to color anyway. So you know what, I'm glad to have completed it. This one I enjoyed doing. I like this little border here. Anyway. And then this is the last page that I've colored in this book, and it was an earlier one that I had started that was a whip, and I had messed up on the balloon, so I left it alone. And I came back to it just this year and tried to fix it. And I tried to use, acrylic paint to kind of paint over my mistakes and stuff. So, I did my best to work through it. I think it's okay. You can see I used some marker and pencils and then of course the acrylic paint. But you know what? It's going to happen. When you color so many pages in a book, you're bound to not like all of them. But overall, this is a book that I would love to finish, and I really think one of these days I'll finish it. And I hope you enjoyed looking through this with me. It was fun, kind of going down memory lane a little bit. And I will look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care, friends. Bye.